sweet like a buttercup. You're a Barbie doll. Show them all what I'm made of. Strut down the hall. Won't stop till I get enough.
All right, so everyone, welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're diving into Real Madrid's Champions League match against Brest.
I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, it was a must-win, right, to get to the playoffs. Real Madrid, defending champs, had to win this.
Absolutely. And, you got to remember, they were coming off of that really surprising loss to Lille, another French team. And that loss had to put the pressure on.
For sure. And they did win. They pulled it off, 3-0.
They did.
But it wasn't, a totally easy win. There were some moments where I was like, is Brest going to...
Yeah.
Could they pull this off?
They had a slow start, Real Madrid, right? I think that surprised a lot of people.
Yeah, I agree.
It took them a while to find their footing.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, bam, Rodrigo just explodes in the 27th minute with that incredible solo goal.
I mean, what did you think of that?
Oh, come on. It was a masterclass in dribbling.
It really was.
He just weaved through Brest's defense like it was nothing. Yeah. I feel like that goal was a turning point for Real Madrid. Like they finally woke up.
Totally.
And speaking of waking up, Brest almost had an equalizer early in the second half.
Oh, yeah.
That would change everything. But thankfully, for Real Madrid fans, it was ruled offside.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if that goal had counted?
Oh, man, the tension was unreal.
Right.
But Real Madrid, they kept their cool, and then they came back with that amazing goal from Jude Bellingham.
Oh, yeah.
That one really filled the deal.
Yeah, for sure. So 2 goals for Rodrigo, 1 for Bellingham, and a 3-0 win to punch their ticket to the playoffs.
It's a big win.
But here's the thing. It wasn't actually enough to get them a top 8 spot in the league phase standings.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they squeaked in, but there's work to do.
Okay, so, I mean, obviously Rodrigo stole the show, but I'm curious. What made his performance this time so different from... the Will match where he just seemed, I don't know, he seemed a bit off. He earned a 9.4 rating from FootMob.
Yeah.
And was named player of the match this time.
Yeah. Well, in that Lille match, I felt like he was really isolated on the wing.
Right.
And he struggled to create chances. This time, he was drifting centrally, combining with his teammates. He was making these darting runs into the box. So much more involved, so much more dangerous.
So it wasn't just about the goals, it was his positioning and his movement too.
Exactly. It was everything.
Wow.
It was tactical. His first goal was a perfect example. Instead of just staying wide, he cut inside, found space between defenders, and then unstoppable shot.
Unstoppable tactical masterclass.
And, I'm thinking that improvement from the Lille game, that's going to be a big confidence booster for him and also for the whole team.
Absolutely.
Especially heading into the playoffs.
It shows he can learn from the setbacks and adapt.
Right. And for Real Madrid, I think it shows, how deep their attack is. They're not just relying on one player.
Right. Yeah, and it wasn't all Rodrigo. Lucas Vazquez and Luka Modric also had just phenomenal games, 8.3 ratings each. I mean, their contributions were key.
For sure.
For our listeners who might not be, totally familiar with those positions, Vazquez is the right back and Modric is that defensive midfielder.
So, yeah, Vazquez was a constant threat down that right flank. He wasn't just defending. He was, bombing forward, overlapping with attackers, and providing width to stretch Brest's defense. I mean, his runs created space for everyone else.
So he was more than just a defender. He was really a part of that attack.
Exactly. And Modric, well, he's Modric. He's the maestro in the midfield.
Yeah.
Dictating the tempo, controlling the flow of the game. And he was just spraying these passes, pinpoint accuracy, the engine that kept Real Madrid ticking.
It's amazing to me how those positions, which can seem, I don't know, not as glamorous, can have such a huge impact on the game.
For sure.
One thing that really surprised me, though, Kylian Mbappe, the superstar, only got a 6.6 rating. That just seems low.
Yeah, it is unexpected. I mean, was it an off day for him? Or was Brest defense really targeting him? It's interesting. There's more to unpack here, for sure.
There is. Okay, so Real Madrid wins this crucial match. But it wasn't like a perfect performance, it seems like. Even in victory, there are lessons to be learned and questions to be asked.
Absolutely.
And, those questions are going to be really important as they head into the playoffs. So let's switch gears a little bit and take a closer look at, what's next for them in the Champions League. I think things are about to get really interesting.
For sure. So I think a lot of people are probably wondering, what does this win really mean for Real Madrid's Champions League hopes? We have to sort of zoom out and look at, the bigger picture.
Right. Yeah, it was a must-win, but their whole league phase, wasn't exactly smooth sailing.
Yeah.
They had those, those big wins, but they also had that unexpected loss to Lille.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's true. This season, we haven't really seen that typical Real Madrid dominance that we've come to, expect.
Right.
But maybe that makes this playoff qualification even more impressive.
Well, I see what you're saying. They faced adversity, but they still, they came out swinging.
Exactly.
Fighting through those tough moments. I mean, it almost makes this victory sweeter,
Totally. And I think, overcoming those challenges, that reveals character, resilience.
Right.
And I think, this Real Madrid squad, they have that fighting spirit in spades.
They do. They do. And speaking of fighting spirit, we can't forget Rodrigo's, unbelievable performance. Those 2 goals, they completely changed the game.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even just the goals themselves, it was his whole impact.
Unstoppable. Weaving through defenders, creating chances, setting the pace for the attack.
Yeah.
For me, it really highlights the depth of talent on this Real Madrid squad. You have players who can step up when it matters most.
Right. And we can't forget those, really solid performances from Vasquez and Modric. It's proof that, this team is built on a strong foundation, even if the stars, aren't always the ones shining brightest.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
I mean, they have this incredible mix of experience, youth, and tactical flexibility.
Right.
It makes them a force to be reckoned with. So, yeah, I mean, the league phase, it definitely had its, its bumps.
For sure.
But Real Madrid has shown us that they can, they can compete at the highest level.
Yeah, they've weathered the storm.
Yeah.
And now it's time for the playoffs. I mean, the draw is coming up pretty soon.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see who they go up against.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it could be, another powerhouse or maybe a seemingly easier path.
Yeah.
But every match is a battle at this point.
Yeah. The draw is always a moment of truth, right?
It is.
There are no more second chances. It's win or go home.
Yeah.
And, Real Madrid, I mean, they thrive in those high-stakes scenarios.
They do. They have this history, of rising to the occasion, delivering these just clutch performances when the pressure's on. It's what separates the champions from the rest.
It's that winning mentality, that refusal to give up. You see it, time and time again in their history on the European stage. And then you add in a manager like Carlo Ancelotti. I mean, come on.
Right.
The guy knows how to get the best out of his player.
He does.
Especially when the pressure is on.
Ancelotti, what a legend. I mean, his experience and his leadership, they're invaluable for this team.
Yeah.
He's already guided them, through this challenging league phase, but keeping that focus on the ultimate prize.
Yeah.
That's the true mark of a great manager.
I think it really speaks to his tactical genius.
He does.
So as we sort of await the playoff draw, let's take a moment to reflect on the journey so far. I mean, Real Madrid has faced adversity. They've overcome obstacles. They've emerged as a true contender. I think it reminds us that the road to glory is never smooth. It's the ability to, to navigate those bumps that defines a champion.
And as they prepare for this next chapter, the big question looms. Can they repeat that historic Champions League victory? Can they go all the way?
That's the question, isn't it? Only time will tell. But based on everything we've seen so far, I wouldn't count them out.
Right.
They have the talent, they have the experience, they have the leadership, and they have that, just unshakable belief.
Yeah. And let's not forget, they have just this massive global fan base that's hanging on every match.
Right.
Ready to just erupt with each victory. It's a testament to the allure of Real Madrid, this club that embodies competition, excellence, and that just relentless pursuit of glory.
They're captivating. But as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I want to leave you with this. We've looked at the journey so far. We've analyzed their strengths. We've pondered their chances. But ultimately, the verdict is going to be delivered on the pitch.
So true. Stay tuned as we watch Real Madrid continue this quest for European domination. I mean, the stage is set, the players are ready, and the whole world is watching. And you know what? We'll be right here with you, breaking down every twist and turn, every triumph, every setback, because that's what we do here on the Deep Dive, right? We get to the heart of it all, uncover the hidden stories, and bring you, the insights that help you really understand this whole crazy world of sports.
We do our best. We try. But before we wrap up this whole deep dive, I think it's worth taking a step back, zooming out even further than we have so far. what really stands out to you about Real Madrid's journey in a broader sense? I mean, beyond, just this one match.
It's almost like it's like a reflection of life itself.
Mm-hmm.
There are always going to be those ups and downs.
Yeah.
Unexpected challenges. It's how you respond that really defines you.
Right.
In Real Madrid, they embody that spirit.
I like that, a reflection of life.
Yeah.
And, their journey this season with those unexpected losses, those hard-fought victories, it really embodies that idea, doesn't it?
It does. It does. They didn't let that loss to Lille, derail their whole campaign. They dug deep, they regrouped, and they came back stronger.
Yeah.
It's a testament to their mental toughness, that resilience.
And, that's a lesson we can all apply to anything in life, right? I mean, personal goals, professional ambitions, even just navigating everyday life. It's all about how you handle those setbacks.
Absolutely. When those setbacks hit, you can't give up.
Yeah.
And I think Real Madrid has shown us that, it's not about avoiding failure. It's about how you respond to it, how you learn and how you grow from it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've reminded us that even the best, the champions, they face setbacks. It's that bounce back ability, that adaptation, that drive. That's what sets them apart. It really makes you think about their chances of, repeating as Champions League winners, doesn't it?
It does. And based on everything we've seen from them, this season, I wouldn't bet against them. The talent, the experience, that belief in themselves, it's all there.
It is. And, don't forget, they have that passionate global fan base.
Yeah.
Cheering them on every step of the way. It really speaks to the allure of Real Madrid, a club that truly represents competition, excellence, and that constant chase for glory.
It's inspiring, So as we close out this deep dive, let's raise a toast to Real Madrid, a team that embodies resilience, the pursuit of excellence, and the power of belief.
Beautifully said. And to our listeners, remember to take a page from their playbook. Even when you're facing adversity, you have the power to rise above, learn, and come back stronger.
What a perfect way to wrap things up. Thank you all so much for joining us on this deep dive into Real Madrid's Champions League journey. We explored their recent win, we analyzed their performance, and we considered their chances of success.
We got some, insights into the tactics, the individual brilliance of the players, the spirit of a true champion.
Yeah.
And hey, maybe we even learned a little something about ourselves along the way.
So until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep into, whatever sparks your curiosity.
Goodbye for now, and thanks for listening.
Sound the alarm. I'm coming up. We'll have a ball. I'm sweet like a buttercup. You're a Barbie doll.